So this is my planned trip around Scotland over 7 days, 6 nights. The first day I'll be leaving Dublin quite early in the morning. The sailing leaves Belfast for 7:30 in the morning, which will get us over to Cairnryan for about 11 o'clock in the morning. Then I have a long drive. I have several probably stops along the way, but the main part of that is just to get up to Fort Williams. Depending on what time we get into Fort Williams at, I'll either go that day and do the Harry Potter Bridge, or I'll leave that to the following day, day number two. The hotel on the first night is this hotel here. I really had no other options in Fort Williams for the dates that I was going other than this hotel. I paid quite a lot of money for this hotel, but it's because I booked it at the last minute and it's on the weekend in Fort Williams. But I have my accommodation booked anyway. So then the day number two, the main part of day number two is going to be to get to Applecross, which is over here. I'm looking forward to doing the high mountain pass into Applecross. A lot of people will use the same road out of Applecross that they go into Applecross, but I'm actually going to take the smaller road along the coast. Um, I just think it's probably going to be a little better than going back out the same road. The second stop on that night is going to be in a town called Gairloch. It's a nice hotel, or it looks to be nice from the website. It's this hotel here. Again, it's going to be a cheap hotel in this time because of the day I'm going is will be a Sunday night. And I've got a good price on this hotel, so it looks quite well, and it looks right onto the sea. The following day, for day number three, then is going to be a long day. I did want to stop in Dunness overnight, but I was unable to find any accommodation in Dunness. Dunness is up here at the top. I will be stopping for lunch or some food probably in Unipol, which looks quite nice, and I've a couple of other stops along the way. But day number three is going to bring me all the way up here to where we're going to get the boat over to the Orkney Islands. So I'm going to stay here that night, uh, so it doesn't really matter what time I get in at this things. So here's where I'm staying. It's a kind of bed and breakfast with a pub in it. It looks quite nice. Again, the price is quite well. It's £80 per night, give or take, around that price bracket, and it looks like a basic enough hotel. It's not in the city centre, in the town or anything that's on the outskirts, but I've picked that one because it's so close to where we're getting the boat the next morning. The boat leaves the next morning at 8:45, so quite early in the morning, to be there ready to book it's over. So day number four is going to be mainly spent on the Orkney Islands. There's several things to see on the Orkney Islands, and there's some cool bridges as well. So I'll get the boat to here to Stormness, and then I will come back from St Margaret's Hope. From there, the boat should dock in here in Giles at around 6 o'clock. Depending how I feel at that time, I might go up and do the lighthouse up here, which is not that far away. Um, Before I come back to stay overnight in St John of Groats. Most of my exploring around here will probably be done the following day. This is where I'm staying on that night. So it's in one here called the country the Seaview Hotel. It's a basic room. It seems to be in a pub, and again, it was cheap, coming in at about £80 for the night. Then I will be back on the road the following morning, and I have a kind of a long drive down, going to Loch Ness. Now on the way, there's a couple of stops along, and there's a lovely castle in around here. I think so. I'll be stopping at that one. But the main part of it is to get down to a place here called Fort August. Um, and on the way to here, stopping at the chapel, I would probably also stop in here. There seems to be a Loch Ness Museum in there, which I will stop at. But basically, it's to get here to Fort August. And in this one, this is the hotel here I've got. And this was a little bit expensive. I think this was about £120 a night, but it's right in the middle of the town. And the town does seem to be quite nice. It's this hotel here that I So the following morning, I'll do a little bit of exploring around there, and then it's basically a long drive back then to a town called Ayr. I've picked Ayr because it's within an hour's drive of port for the following morning for the boat home. The boat home leaving at 11:30, so I can have a bit of a lie-in there, and be plenty of time for the boat at 11:30. The boat is coming back. This is wrong here. It's not coming back to Larne. It's coming back to Belfast, and I'll probably dock in Belfast somewhere around 2 o'clock or so. Um, uh, Depending how I feel when I get here, I'm either going to head straight home, or I'm also doing this thing called the Irish Photo Rally, and they have two photo points up here at the top of around the top of Northern Ireland. I will probably tag those in, since I'm this far up already, and following that, then that'll be on a Friday night, and it's just all the way back home on the Friday night. Probably getting home around 10 o'clock if I add the extra two stops on. So without the extra two stops, I'm about 1,200 kilometers. With them extra two stops and a little bit of extra driving, I think we'll come in around 2,600 kilometers or 2,700 kilometers over the 6 nights, 7 days. That's my plan for Scotland.